guys, welcome to our Thursday lessons. Remember, this video can be paused, it can be rewatched, and it can be here for you whenever you need. You can also come back to it any day to work on the activities. I'll be explaining the tasks. Our first one will be writing. So here we go. Our learning intention, remember we're doing informative texts. It was all about getting information and giving it out as a message to the audience. This time we're looking at just grouping information or classifying. We're looking at classifying our animals, which means grouping animals, and we're just going to group the vertebrates. And our vertebrates were animals with backbones. When we think of animals with backbones, we know there are 5 types of them. There are fish, there are reptiles, birds, amphibians, and mammals. So some tricky words there. Now today we are going to classify and group amphibians. Now up the top, we've got a little bit of an error. Instead of reptiles, it should say amphibians. Now we are going to write 1 to 3 sentences. We're going to write sentences that tell us information only about amphibians. And when we think of amphibians, let's look at this yellow page over here with the frog and read the information. It says amphibians live on water and land. They are cold-blooded, just like reptiles. They have webbed feet and they lay eggs. So amphibians, it's a tricky word. Now it sounds like a Harry Potter movie, but really, amphibians. So for amphibians, they're very cool reptiles. And we're going to have a look here. Now this is a creature called a newt. A newt has the ability to live on water and land. It is cold-blooded, has webbed feet, and it lays eggs. So we would say the newt is definitely an amphibian. Or we can circle it, just like the instructions say. Anyway, so the horse. Our horse lives on water. It does not lives on land. It doesn't live in water. It is not cold-blooded. Doesn't have webbed feet. It has hooves. So I think we'd say no. The frog. The frog does live on water and land. It has cold blood. Well, it is cold-blooded, sorry. Webbed feet and lays eggs. So yes, a frog is an amphibian. If we look at the bird, we worked out the bird does lay eggs. It can live on land. It can kind of duck into the water to scoop up a fish, maybe, certain types, but it doesn't have the cold-blooded. So we're not going to say it is an amphibian, but a frog definitely is. So we're going to circle the frog. The koala has fur, does not lay eggs, doesn't have webbed feet, so we're going to say no. Now here, if I might just even type newts, please, just so you've got the spelling newts. There you go. Now, amphibians, this information is a little bit tricky, so really have to think. I'm going to give information to the reader about what an amphibian is, just based on the information I learnt. So I learnt that they live on water and land. I learnt that they're cold-blooded. I've learnt that they have webbed feet, and I've learnt that they lay eggs. So I can use any of these to create a sentence. But I can't just say lay eggs or webbed feet. So I have to put it into a message. My message could be, amphibians have webbed feet. That's a great sentence. It gives a fact. I haven't said their webbed feet are weird. I haven't said they're cool. I haven't said I wish I had webbed feet. It's not my opinion. I haven't made a story of it. I haven't said, oh, one day there was a frog who lived on water and land. It's just facts. So, I could say, amphibians have webbed feet. So I've got 4 words in my sentence this time. So I'm going to put my 4 lines across. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And a full stop to show my message has finished. Now, amphibians have webbed feet. Oh, good. I've said my sentence over and over until I remember it clearly. Now it's your turn with me to write the sentence together. Now we know amphibians is our crazy word and we can see it up here. So we're going to do some copying. Remember to keep track of what letter you're up to. We've got a capital for the beginning of a sentence. I'm up to the 3rd letter. I check what comes after that letter. What comes after H? Got I, B, I, A, N, S. So there we go. Oh, it's kind of gone into my finger space, but that's okay. So amphibians have. Oh, that was my sight word. I remember that even though it sounds like I remember there was that special E at the end. So amphibians have webbed feet. Now I can stretch out webbed, but I don't have to because I can see it here. So I'm going to copy that. Now webbed. This is what you can do as well, guys. Keep this page up while you're creating your sentence, so you've got your words there. Webbed, finger space, feet. Now your handwriting is going to be a lot better than mine because you are amazing. Amphibians, let's read it together. Amphibians have webbed feet. Does my message make sense? Yeah. Does it give a fact? Yes. Does it tell a story or give an opinion? No. So it is an informative sentence. And I've checked it. I've checked it as I was writing. I've got capital letter and full stop, finger spaces. And it looks right, sounds right. That's a great sentence. Now it's your go. You're going to have a go at writing your own sentences, just like Mrs. DeBay. Remember, Mrs. DeBay and Mrs. Townsend are on Google Classroom if you need help. If you'd like to post it on our docs, that's fine. If you would like to just take a photo of your paper, that's excellent. If not, write it on a piece of paper and give it to an adult to mark. Well done. Have fun. Have a great writing session and I'll see you for the next lesson. Okay guys, welcome to Thursday Whooshka. So for Whooshka, again, you're logging in, going into the leveled library, finding the I Like That Horse book. This time you can watch it and listen to the story with the yellow play button. And then you're going to read the book to a family member using that clear voice. So we're really practicing your expression and really practicing your reading this week. It's all about understanding and fluent reading. So when you can read fluently, it means you've probably got a good understanding. So practice, practice, practice. Once you've practiced and you've finished your reading for Whooshka, you can come back and continue this video. If not, you can continue to listen to the spelling instructions. So spelling today, you're continuing with your 5 spelling words. So look is look, there, oops, up, down, and my. So your 5 spelling words. This time we're creating colorful words. So you can write your words 5 times in rainbow colors. Read and spell your words out loud. So for example, if you're not sure what this means, like if my word is look, I would use my colors. So L, use O. Oh, it's not very clear, is it? Sorry guys. and another O. So I'm using my rainbow colors and making it as fun and as bright as I can. And okay. And then I write it again, but with different colors. So you can have a go at doing this on a piece of paper, on our Google Doc, whatever makes you happy. Have fun with spelling and whooshka, and I'll see you for the maths lesson. Remember, you can post your work and ask for help on Google Classroom. Hi guys, welcome to our maths lesson. For maths this week, we have been focusing on time. We've been focusing on how to read analog clocks and digital clocks when they show that an hour has passed. When an hour has passed, we say this as something o'clock. When we think of half an hour, we call it half past, and we did that yesterday with our analog clocks. That's our big circle clocks. Today we're going to look at our digital clocks showing half past. We kind of touched on this yesterday. Now I want you to think, when we think of time and all this time has passed, we know that time, we can see time. We see it when people are growing. That shows us time. We see time in plants. We see time with anything really. With breakfast, time passes, we end up with lunch. Time passes again, we end up with a snack maybe, and then we might end up with dinner. So time is very interesting. It is all around us. I'd like you to now watch this mini lesson again to refresh your memory on telling the time as half past. You may click on the link on the clip, or you may type into YouTube telling the time for kids half past times. As you can see, it's over here. I might just do a little pointer. Now, after you've finished watching the video, you're going to now listen to these facts. So there are 30 minutes in half an hour. We know this. We looked at how when we have a clock and we cut it right down the middle, it's half of a clock. It's half of an hour, guys. When we have half of an hour, that means that 60 minutes hasn't passed, but only 30 minutes has. So from this hour to the next, it's only been half. That means 30 minutes has passed. When we say the 30 minutes has passed the hour, we say it is half past. So in here, remember, we were looking at how the hour hand is half past the 1. It's not all the way past it. It's only half past. Now we've got a clock, and we're going to create some more times together. Here in the pink box, I'm going to put the question. So half past 8. What would this look like, guys? We know that the minute hand has to point on the 6 to show half of an hour or half of the clock. And then it's half past the 8. That means we need to show the hour hand halfway past it. So here we go. So oops, there's my shorthand, and it is pointing halfway, half past the 8. We show this. Now this is important. I want you to really look at that purple bubble. To show half past 8, it looks like this. The 0. I just really want you to focus on the 8. Now the 8 represents the 8th hour. So it's 8 hours past. So 8:30, half past 8. That is what it looks like. It's really tricky, guys, and it's tricky to remember. That's why we need a lot of practice. So 30 represents half the clock. Remember, instead of the 6, we've got the 30 because it's 30 minutes passing. It can be tricky, it can kind of hurt your brain sometimes, but we'll get there. So half past 8. Let's try another one. Here, we'll have, I'll rub this one out, and I'm going to show the 11:30. Ooh, tricky. So the minute hand, the long hand is on the 1/2 We're going to make the short hand 11:30. So here's 1/2. So we're pointing it and aiming it in that direction. And there it is, 11:30. And then when we look at digital time, it's very important, purple bubble guys, 11 will go here. And it looks like that, 11:30. So 11:30. Next, let's do one more. If we have a look, if our question was 12:30, ooh, 12:30. Oops. We see it like this. We go, that means it's 12:30. So we put that on our digital time. Very important. That 30 is very important to remember, guys. And we show this as 12:30. So we go, let's put a pointer at 12:30 so we know where to aim, and there we go, 12:30. Very important. This 30 represents this minute hand, guys. Here it is. Okay, very important. Now let's have a look at the next lesson. So what is the time? Draw hands on the clock to show the time. Remember to draw a short hand to show hours and a long hand to show minutes. Try to point the hands as accurately as you can. So it wasn't, Mrs. DeBay has forgotten that it wasn't digital only, it was both. That's okay. So 2:30. If we have a look, guys, we know that the minute hand has to point to the 6. So the long hand points to the 6. And the short hand, actually, you know what, I'll keep to the colors. Sorry, that's my alarm. So the long hand points to the 6 to show 2:30. And the short hand will point to halfway between the two. So point that way, and there we go, 2:30. Yours will look a lot neater than mine. You might even try digital time next to it and put 2:30 or 2:30. So good luck, guys. Have fun with this. Actually, no, I'll demonstrate one more before I go. So 5:30. Remember, the long hand points to the 6, so that's the minute hand, and the hour hand, guys, has to point halfway past the 5, which is about here. And yours will look not so much neater than mine. There we go, 5:30. So good luck, have fun working out 5:30, and if you need any help, Mrs. DeBay and Mrs. Townsend, we are on the Google Classroom. We're there if you need us. If you'd like to print this page and complete the activity, that's fine. If you want, you can even get a cup. So grab a cup, get the bottom of the cup, put it on a piece of paper, and when you trace it, you can write your own clocks. So if I traced my cup, I'd make a circle, just like this. There you go. So you could make a circle like that. I don't know if you can see my page. And then you can make your own clocks, starting with the 12, the 6, 3 and the 9, like this. And then you can put the other hands in. And that way, you don't even need a computer. You don't need a printer. And you can create your own clocks. How cool is that? So, have lots of fun. I look forward to seeing your work. Remember, if you can't submit it onto Google Classroom, ask a parent or an adult, someone around you to mark your work. Have lots of fun. Continue with the activities, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.